Okay, in this problem right here, this is going to be the beginning of math board number 1. It says write the repeating 0.9 repeating as a fraction. Well, I know that there's a pattern. So for example, if I have 1 over 9, that is 0.1 repeating. If I have 2 over 9, that's 0.2 repeating. 3 over 9, which is 1/3, 0.3 repeating. So using this pattern, I can say that 9 over 9 is going to give us 0.99 repeating, but that is just equal to 1. Okay, number 2, it says write a profit function, in other words an equation, for the following situation. You are operating your own popcorn machine. You are still paying $40 per month for the machine towards the price for owning it. You are selling only one size container for $3 each. So this is part of how you're going to earn money, right? This is what you have to pay out. So this is like a bill, this is a cost, an expense each month. The power and the other supplies you need to make each order are costing you 90 cents per order. Okay, so this is an expense. What is your monthly profit? So we're going to have profit is going to equal what you have to pay plus what you earn. Okay, well, what do you have to pay? And how are we going to represent that? If this is positive, what you have to if this is going to be a positive representation, right, because you're earning money, then this has to be negative because you have to pay it. So we've got to pay the $40 per month, and we also have to pay 90 cents for every order of popcorn. So 90 cents for every order of popcorn. So I'm saying let X equal the number of orders of popcorn. Okay? And then this also is something that has to be paid. So if I put a parentheses around these two, I would be subtracting or having a negative 40 and a negative 90 cents for every order of popcorn. And then what I'm going to earn is $3 for every order. And there's an equation for that. How many orders would you need to sell in order to make a profit of $1,430? So I just set up this equation. I'm going to use P equals the opposite of 40 plus 90.9x plus 3x. And then I am substituting this in for the profit. And I'm going to go ahead and distribute this negative sign. And then I'm going to combine like terms. We'll add the 40 to both sides. Okay, and then I'm going to divide both sides by the 210, or I'm sorry, the 2.10. Let's see, I'm going to come up here. So per month, you need to sell $700. So what is your monthly profit? The equation, that is this. If we are given a specific profit and we want to earn that profit, how many popcorns do we need to sell? We need to sell 700 units of popcorn, or you could say orders of popcorn. Number 4, the distance turtle 1 is traveling in miles per hour is given by the equation d1 equals 0.8 t. Okay, so d1 equals 0.8 t, where the units for this are in miles per hour. The distance in feet per minute by turtle number 2 is given by the equation d2 equals 70.4. times t. But the units here are feet per minute. It says which turtle is traveling at a greater speed. So what we want to do is we either want to take miles per hour, this slope, and turn it into feet per minute, or the opposite, take this feet per minute and turn it into miles per hour. That way we are able to compare the slopes. Okay, because right now, if I don't have any units and I just look at the number, obviously it looks like turtle 2 is going way faster. But we need to consider the units. So I'm going to change feet per minute into miles per hour. So we have 70.4 feet per minute. And I'm going to multiply that by 60 minutes to turn 60 minutes for 1 hour. That's going to turn this into feet per hour. So I'm going to have 70.4 times 60, and the units of that will then be feet per hour. And that equals 70.4 times 60 is 4,224, and again that is feet per hour, but I want it to be miles per hour. So what I know according to this is that in 1 mile there are 5,280 feet. So now I'm going to take this and divide it by 5,280. And when I do that, I get 0.8, and then here my units are, the feet units canceled, and I ended up with miles per hour. So the question is, which turtle is traveling at a greater speed? Okay, well, turtle 2 is going 70.4 feet per minute or 0.8 miles per hour, which is the same as turtle 1. They're actually traveling at the same speed. Okay, do either of the equations in number 4 above represent a linear proportional relationship? Okay, number 5, do either of the equations in number 4 represent a linear proportional relationship? Okay, so linear, both of them are in the form y equals mx. Okay, so there's a linear proportional and a linear non-proportional, and the big difference is this is a linear proportional, okay, because it does not have a y-intercept, or rather it does have a y-intercept, it's 0, it goes through the origin. Proportional relationships go through the origin. So if it's in the form y equals mx plus b, that is proportional. It's y equals mx plus b, we are y equals mx. It's proportional. We know it's linear because we know that y equals mx is linear. If it's y equals mx plus b, then it is said to be linear, but not proportional. Okay, so both D1 so y equals mx is proportional, y equals mx plus b is not proportional. Both of these, d equals 0.8 t, and then this one, which actually we converted also into d equals 0.8 t, right, if we consider miles per hour, as the units. Both of them are in the form y equals mx. In other words, the y-intercept on both of them is 0, which makes sense because what is your distance going to be equal to when no time has started, right? You haven't even started moving yet, so your distance is the origin at 0 miles. So do either equations represent a linear proportional relationship? Yes, both of them do, because they both go through the origin. Write a proportional distance equation for a car and a non-proportional distance equation for another car. So if I had d1 equals, 0.6t, that's going to be proportional. If I have d2 equals, the two vehicles are traveling the same speed, so the same slope. So 0.6t, and then as long as you tag on something besides 0, then this is proportional, this is not proportional. Below is a table of a linear relationship. Write the equation that represents the relationship. They're just asking you to write y equals mx plus b. I have to figure out what the slope is, and I have to figure out what the y-intercept is. Well, the y-intercept this time is super easy because I have x equals 0, so the y-intercept is going to be 7. Right? B is going to be equal to 7. But I have to figure out what the slope is. So, m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So I'm going to have 10 minus 7 divided by 1 minus 0. So I'm going to have 3 over 1. 3 over 1, which equals 3. So the slope is equal to 3. So the final relationship equation is y equals 3x, the slope, the input, the output, and the y-intercept.